welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. I'm Tandra, and today we're going to do a tarot pick-a-pile reading, and it's on what you need to hear right now. You are to focus on the piles and choose whichever pile or piles that you're most drawn to, and you're to use your gut instinct on this. This is a timeless reading, so whenever you run across the reading, it should apply to you. And right now we have pile 1, which has a nice elephant figure on it. We have pile 2, which has a dragon teacup. We have pile 3, which has a blue teapot. And pile 4, which has a wonderful oriental dress, kimono. Okay. We are going to give you a few minutes or a moment to meditate on the piles and give it a minute, and then which one you are most drawn to, you can pull up the timestamp in the description, and we will see you there. Okay, pile 1, welcome to your reading. You're the ones who picked the nice, wonderful Buddha type elephant. And we'll see what kind of cards we have today. Okay, now this reading, remember, is on what you need to hear right now. So let's see where we're at. We got number 5 of fire, strength, 6 of water, 10 of water, Princess of Wands, the Emperor, the 3 of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the 8 of Swords. Okay. Let me just take a minute here and see what kind of jumps out at me and what we've got. Okay. Got some water, fire, and strength. All right. We have some wands cards here. And we also have a fire card, which goes along with the wands. And the wands generally deal with your passions, your creativities, your energies, and your spirit. And I'm drawn to this card, the 5 of fire, because she's kind of a fairy with other fairies around her here. And then we've got the 3 of wands. I'm kind of drawn to the two together here. She's wishing upon a star, and she's out with her wonderful dog, and threes are a wonderful creative energy. So the 3 of wands is a very creative card. And then fire is passions, what ignites you. And then we've got the 4 of wands, which is very stable energy, but we've also got we've got the 4 here, and they're out, and they're doing their wonderful springtime type of joyous energy, which can also, we've got creation going on here too with all the flowers and the other things. And then we have the Queen of Swords, which we'll talk about the swords in a minute. But we've got these wands cards, and we've got the Princess of Wands. And this card's an interesting one with the princess here, because she's got some flowing water here, which is also creativity, also, the flowing of thoughts and creation. And she's looking out. We've got birds, and she's got flowers in her hand. There's flowers back here. These are all very creative cards, very creative energies. And fives usually denote change of some sort, but these other cards are very stable, and four is stable, three's very creative, and then the princess, she's waiting, she's looking off in the distance for what's going to come, inspiration coming to her. So I think with this right here, with these energies, I feel like there's some creativity going on. There's some creative forces at work. Some things you might be creating some things in your mind. You have some creative energies going. Okay, you're working on some creative stuff. Maybe some mystical things. Maybe some things dealing with spirituality and things like that. And I think that's a lot of where these water and cups energies and even the emperor come into play. Is I think you've got the ace of cups, which is very much your emotion, your heart, your intuition, your subconscious. So if we've got some creative energy going on here, we have some intuition and spiritual energies going on here with the 6 and the 10. Uh, with the water. The water energy, it's very much your emotions and things like that. And so I feel like you have your emotional energies are on supercharge right now, and they're bringing forth some really creative thoughts and some really creative energies. You have lots of creativity going on, and it very much might be very much related to spirituality. You might really need to connect with your spirituality right now. Uh, Maybe more deeper into your religion or meditation or anything else spiritual that you might have to do with. It's interesting that we had the Buddha type elephant here and then Buddha also on this card. Buddha very much represents the kind of meditation and inner strength and thoughts and things that you can get from going inward. And so I'm feeling like several of you really need to go inward with your thoughts and things. And that's where the strength card comes in too, I think. You have lots of stable numbers here. You have, the 6, the 10, the 8, the 4s, lots of very stable numbers, which is very cool. Because I think this will help you bring stability to you. What you need in your life is stability, and I think that you can get that very much so by going inward and using your inner strength, not your outward strength. Not because she's being gentle here. She's able to tame this lion just with her touch and her thoughts and her feelings and emotions, things that he's getting from her. He's the king of the beast here, but he's not going and attacking her and ripping her apart. He's going, oh, this is nice. You have, nice energy. So I really feel like use your inner strength and your inner thoughts and emotions to and bring about your creativity through that, and that you have some creativity flowing with these other cards, and that it's important that you use your inner thoughts, meditate, connect with your spirituality, connect with your god or gods, or however you're thinking of it very spiritually. Okay, I think we've got some charms. We'll go ahead and pull out some of those, see if we can clarify or get any other things that you might need to hear right now. Pull out a few here. Let's see what we've got. Oh, okay. We've got the mermaid, another water energy. And we've got this wonderful little owl, which is mind and wisdom and that kind of thing. And then this wonderful creative musical instrument. And then we have the ace of hearts and the 6 of hearts. Okay. Once again, creative emotional energy. Follow your heart. I kind of see that with these heart cards here. They go along with the cups so much. You have 2 aces of cups here, which is the start of creativity and well, emotions anyway, and your intuition, your subconscious. Listen to your subconscious right now. Get your glimmering of what your subconscious has to tell you, because ones are very much a beginning energy, and I think you're maybe beginning to find your spirituality, you're maybe beginning to plug in to the universe or to what you need in your life that way. And I think that that's definitely where you need to go with your emotions. Once again, you've got a six, which is another even number, and so we've got the six of water up here. It's interesting that both of these came up together uh, because sixes are almost the teachers and almost the ones who want to help with the world and humanity and things. And so maybe that is what some of you need to be working on, is using your intuition to help others, using your spirituality to help others. Uh, get with your inner self and use what you are learned there to help humanity and help others, because I think that that's where you need to focus right now. And you can do it in creative ways. That's what these creative energies are for, and drawing on the universe and life and spiritual type things. And the mermaid is very much a water energy. I almost kind of put that along with the 10 over here. The 10 is quite often completion, or a little bit of you've now pulled in all these energies from all the other water cards, and now you can go out and give this back to the earth and to the world, like he's drawn in his pearls here out of the water, and he's got all this wisdom and kind of things like that. And of course, owl represents wisdom for sure. And then the musical instrument is very much part of the creativity part of the reading too. So once again, connect with your spirituality, connect with your inner self, meditate, bring your creative energies through that to help the world in some way, especially spiritually, or to teach, or some other type of thing like that. Okay, I think that's probably all we have for Pile 1 today. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. That way you can find out any other readings that we might have coming forward, or any other videos that we might have. And if you'd like to donate to the channel for any reason, we have a PayPal link in the description, and we'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2, and welcome to your reading. This is the pile. You guys chose the dragon teacup. All right, let's get in here and see what kind of cards we have. We've got Messenger of Fire. Wow, okay. Temptation. World. Wow. And the Seven of Fire. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. The Empress. Temperance. And the Eight of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles. The Emperor. The Nine of Cups. And the Ten of Swords. Okay. Let me think here just a second, but I think I've got what the messages are here. Okay, I see. Boy, we've got some little bit of upheaval going on here. We've got the Seven of Fire, the Messenger of Fire, and the Temptation card. And then we have these Eight of Swords and Ten of Swords. I I think these cards here are, wow, okay. And I think these Nine of Cups kind of go with these here as well. I think this card keeps popping out at me. It's showing a little girl that's sick and a mother is taking care of her, but there's some swords near here and almost threatening all around. I think maybe we've got some fever going on. Fever and fire. I think the fire actually denotes a fever more than anything else. I'm not sure why. Um, and then we have the Ten of Swords, which generally means a lot of, strife, tension, anguish, things like that. So I'm wondering if you're going to have, or somebody very close to you might have some very, very rough times, feverish dreams, and uh, some very rough times going on here. Um, the temptation card here is, I think there's a temptation to worry about this a lot. With the Eight of Swords, it's almost a worry and anxiousness going on here. But if you see here, she's smiling and she's going, everything's going to be okay. You know, there's this worry around here, but she's definitely, showing that there's some good stuff going here. That okay, it's not good right now. Things are happening right now that aren't your best, but there's a temptation to worry too much. There's a temptation to let that worry get to you and almost set you on fire almost, and almost drag you down into this here. I, I I really feel like this is some, for some of you actually, if it's not a fireness, a fever, an illness, or anything like that, it's maybe some fiery tempers going on or some fiery passions going on. And maybe that's where the temptation's coming in. So for a few of you, the temptation might be more of a fiery passion, maybe even to get into a relationship that maybe you shouldn't, or a little too fast, or something like that. And I think that's where the temperance card comes in here. I think you need to temper your feelings and be very balanced in your feelings. Let your emotions be settled down some, very calm, soothing. Temperance, don't give in to this passionate fiery energy over here going on. Be more temperate. And then that's where these other cards come in. We've got the Empress and the Emperor. These are both very, wow, emotional, spiritual energies. We've got the male and the female energies here. He's looking out over his kingdom and his family, and everything he's got. He's looking out over it. He's got the power to do that. And then we've got the Empress here, and she's more of a Mother Earth sort of energy, but more on the mystical side. More, she's got the moon, in her staff, but then she's got the sun over here, in her flowers around her. So her energy is more of a intuition, emotional energy as well. A little bit more of spiritual. So you have both energies, and that kind of goes along with the temperance, the balance here. You have the male and the female, and so you have the strength and the passion going on together. And then that leaves to the world card here. The world, in this case, I heard the old 80s song "We Are the World" for some reason. It just kind of came into my head, but I feel like this is almost a global thing, that this is almost what's going on in your life is a global thing right now, and what's going on, what you are dealing with, and what you are going through is a global thing, but you can draw on that for strength. you can draw on that to get your temperance and your balance, because other people in the world have experienced this too, and have gone through it, and you can draw from that strength and that energy, draw from the universe, and do that. That's where I'm getting from that. And then we've got the Nine of Cups here, and the Ace of Pentacles. I always see these as more of a worldly, get what you want kind of energy. This is, you're getting, they're just the beginnings of earthly wants, desires, things. It deals with your body. So once again, that might have to do with the fiery energy stuff, but it's just the beginning. It's just the early stages. Okay. And then we've got the nine, which is towards more of a completion. She's, getting ready for a celebration, getting ready for this feast that she's doing. She hasn't quite got there yet, but she's heading towards that. And I'm thinking that that kind of might go along with what's going on with you guys right now, is you're heading towards the celebration time. You're heading towards getting away from these energies and things like that. We've got some charms here. I'm going to pull some of those and see if we can clarify any messages for anybody in particular. Maybe. Okay. A few here. All right. We've got the letter T and E, which could be initials. Um, we've got the 4, which is another balance number, and we've got a few cards here. We've got the Joker and the 8 of clubs and the 4 of clubs. Okay, the 4 is another balanced energy again, so we have lots of balance along with the temperance here. I really think some of you really need to balance your emotions, balance what's going on in your life. Um, Not let these fiery passions, these fiery energies overwhelm you to the point that you're not looking forward to the better times, the feast times, and that kind of thing, okay? And then we've got the 8, and that's another fiery energy again, and so is the 4 as well. And these are, more fiery energies, and so we really have to worry about the fireness going on. I do think that that is a worry for some of you. I do think that that is something that's going on. There is definitely a lot of fieriness going on. It could be passions, it could be anger, it could be frustration, those kinds of things. But once again, with the 4 and the 8, the 8's like a double 4. I think even though you have these fiery emotions and passions and things, I feel like you need to balance those. You need to make those more balanced along with this 4 here. And then the Joker card, I think that just might show that sometimes things just come up that we don't expect, and that almost we feel, okay, you're kind of a joker. I can't believe, this happened kind of thing. And maybe that's something that's going on. But also jokers, though, were also, they were the people that led to laughter and to joy uh, in the court if they did their job well. At least, jesters did. And so, if we've got the Joker here, it might mean you got some tricks being played, or some, things that aren't coming up, cruel fate almost. But it also could mean for some of you that it's more of towards, the happier, Nine of Cups celebration feast time, because they would be doing that during a feast. They would, be having parties and giving the jokes and that kind of thing. All right, I don't know, how well these messages, resonate with you, but I hope they did. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of any future readings or other videos that we post on the channel. If you'd like to donate to the channel, we'll have a PayPal link in the description, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Hello, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. you all have the blue teapot here, and we're gonna look at our cards here and see what we have. The Messenger of Air, the Page of Water, the Magician, okay, and the Five of Air, and then we have the World card, and Judgment, and the Six of Cups, and Justice, okay, the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. All right. I think we've got, for some of you for sure, we've got some legal things going on, but there's going to be a judgment and there's going to be justice going on here. Because the two came up together, I just automatically thought of a legal type of thing, and I almost see maybe some money being involved. It could be have to do with a partnership. I don't know, maybe there was a dissolving of a partnership, or maybe you form a partnership after this judgment. I'm not sure. And then there's the Seven of Pentacles. Uh, Lots of hard work went into this. A lot of stuff. Kind of almost ready to relax, but not quite yet. Um, Fives are a change card, and we've got the Five of Air here. So, and we've got the Seven of Wands, and the fives and the sevens have similar energies to me, at least in this reading, where there's going to be some changes. There's going to be some things going on uh, where your passions, your creativities, your energies, just your energy, like the Seven of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, your energy. I see that as your physical energy, your physical doing something, you're physically working on something together. That's where I see these two sevens come in. One is a monetary, earthly type of gain, uh, or other type of earthly needs, whatever those happen to be, and then this one is your actual energy, your passion thing going on here. So I think we've got some legal things going on that might have to do with your work or with something you've been putting your passion and energy into. We do have some water energies here. We've got the Six of Cups, and then the Page of Water. And it was funny, when I saw the Messenger of Air and the Page of Water, I always thought of news coming your way. So maybe that's illegal news is coming your way, possibly. But because messengers and then pages, I often think of pages as bringing messages. They do a lot of things, but in this case, I kind of see it as a messenger, as somebody who's going to bring some information. Um, and then water deals with your emotions quite a bit, but also relationships, and so does the two here. So I think this might have something to do with relationships. Maybe some of you are going to be going through a divorce, and but usually the twos are coming together. So this could be maybe a legal contract of a marriage, let's say, or a partnership, like I said earlier, possibly a business partnership or something like that. Because I don't really see it as a divorce so much for most of you. I see it more as a coming together, a working on something, and the judgment. I see the judgment in this case as being something good, and that's where the World card comes in. I see the World card as basically you've got the world, you get the world. Uh, you have, she has the energies of all of the seasons. Everything. There's a time for everything. Um, and the so this is the time for this to happen right now. This is the time for this to go on. So probably this partnership or this other thing. And right here we've got the Six of Cups, and there is kind of a couple here, and she's looking on and doesn't necessarily seem real happy with it, but she's not necessarily real sad either. But once again, there's a partnership here. She's maybe not be part of it, but I think she can be. Her cups are here beside her, waiting to be filled, and I think they can be. So I see this as more of a positive thing for most of you. I see this as, you've got some messages coming your way, um, and they're going to possibly deal with legal matters, and it's going to bring a change. That's where the Five of Air comes in. Um, this deals with your mind, your intellect, your ideas, those kinds of things. So maybe you have a new idea that comes out of this legal. I actually heard patent in my mind. Maybe some of you all have created something and come up with something, and that's where the magician is, because the magician's full of creative energy. So maybe y'all have created something and you've going through some legal battles to get that patent done, or maybe you're trying to go through the legal things to get it done, or maybe you're starting a business or a partnership and you're having to do some legal things to get that to happen. Um, but I see that as a positive thing, that things good are going to come out of this. So I think you need to hear that right now, that if you are dealing with some legal matters or some other stuff, that some positive things should come of that. Um, Especially if you use your uh, intuition, your not magical powers so much, but your use your inner strength and will, your inner creativity and other things, your inner voice to help you with this. Okay, we've got some charms here. Let's see if we can pull a few out to maybe help us along with this here a little bit. See if we got any other things that we need to hear or some messages. Okay. Oh, now it's interesting. As soon as I saw this fan, it's a little fan. Once again, I thought of creating something, coming up with an invention of something, because I was thinking of the fans and, being an invention to cool us off. It just, my brain kind of went there. Okay, we have a K. That could be an initial of somebody, maybe you or somebody that has to do with this. It's, kind of important to it. Uh, Also, I kind of see it as the second part of okay. Everything's, okay. It's all good. Okay. All right. And then once again, we've got another partnership one here. We've got the two swans together, and they're forming, a heart together. This is a very small charm, so it might be hard to see, but uh, basically, it looks almost like a mother and a baby, but it's basically two hearts coming, two swans coming together. Then we have the kitty, and kitties I see as messengers once again, uh, because this, she looks like she's on a message, ready to deliver a message and come through. It also has to do with the magician energy, because a lot of magicians, or at least witches in a lot of lore, have familiars or cats that help them pull in some of that magical energy. And then we've got the dragon. Now, and the dragon is a fiery energy, but it's kind of fun because I also kind of see him flying through the air, so I see this more as an air energy. Dragons are full of, passion and fire and things going on, and that kind of creative energy, and that goes along with the magician card a lot there. So I kind of, once again, I think most of you need to hear that, things are going to work out okay. A partnership might be in the offering, possibly a loved one or a marriage, but possibly just a business or other type of partnership. And that you've got some messages coming, and they might be emotional or intellectual, uh, but that they're definitely, messages you need to hear, and they might cause some emotions, and if they're related to any kind of legal matter here that's going on. Okay, I think that's probably all we have for pile 3 today. If you like the reading, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up and to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of any future videos that we post. And if you'd like to donate to the channel, there'll be a link in the description for PayPal. And we will see you next time. Hello, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. And you all pick the Oriental dress or shirt. And let's see what kind of cards we have going here. We've got the Seven of Water, the King of Air, the Ten of Air. Oh, goodness. Okay. The Justice card, the Tower, the Hermit, the Eight of Pentacles. Oh, wow. The Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Swords. Okay. Wow. I think, okay, we've got a couple of air energies here. This kind of popped out at me first, as well as the Tower card, which we'll get to in a second here. We've got the air energy here, and this has to do with your mind, your intellect, thinking through things, okay? And I'm thinking if I'm thinking some hard work is going on here because we have the Six of Swords, and swords are usually anxious and stuff, but this is a little bit more calm. It's a little bit more stable. Yeah, he's got the swords in the boat here, but he's not like he's taking on water. He's on a journey. He's going somewhere. He's calmly getting where he needs to go, but he's working at it. He's working hard to get there. And I see the 10 and the king as kind of that kind of energy too. Uh, this has to do with your ideas. I think there might be some strong ideas coming up, some really good ideas coming up, which could be great. Um, because we've got the creative energy here of the Knight of Wands. I think the knight is, he's charging with his creative energies and his spirit and his passions, things that he really cares about, and he's going out into battle here, okay? And so I'm thinking we've got the 10 and the king, that you have some ideas and some things in your mind going on, some things that you need to do. You're pulling ideas out of the air almost, and then you have your wands, which you can pull those in creatively, and you've got the Tower card. Now, the Tower with this is, I think you've got some dramatic changes. I still think thoughts. I still think something in mind, some dramatic. Okay, I'm almost thinking you've got a really cool idea come up. Something really awesome comes into your head, something unexpected, something changing, something life changing. If you do work with something creativity, I think you should go with it. If you have a revolutionary idea or something really awesome, or an idea for something you want to create or something you want to do, I think you should do it. Because that kind of change is a good energy in this case. I think it's something that you really need to do, because then that pulls in the Nine of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Cups, because these are all very much, okay, this is another work card here. So it goes with the Six of Swords. You're going to be working. You're going to keep working. You're going to work at it. But you're creating something great and something good. You're going to, get paid for what you're creating. You're going to work hard, but you're going to get paid for it. You're going to get what you need back out of it. And then the Nine of Pentacles, this is a creative energy as well. This is pulling in almost magical energy or earth magic energy or creative energy. She's a very creative person. So, but she's also kind of grounded in the earth, and with monetary gains or with earthly matters as well. But she's creative, and so once again, I see this as we've got great things coming up, great things in your head. And then look at this. You've got the 10 of cups with all this wonderful happiness and rainbows and out in the fields, and you're going, yay, we've got it. We do what we need. We got emotional happiness here based on all this hard work and other stuff that you've managed to accomplish. You've got stuff coming up with it. And the Hermit card goes along with this too, because the Hermit is a way to get into your deeper thoughts, your deeper emotions, what you're really thinking, what you've got, kind of going into yourself and pulling things from yourself. And I see that as creative in it. If you're creative, if you're creating anything whatsoever, if you're doing anything creative, you're going to do that through your innermost thoughts and feelings and things. And the Hermit card kind of represents that. Now, the Justice card here, in this case, I see it as getting what you get back out the same amount that you put back in. So if you have put in a lot of work, a lot of energy, a lot of time and effort, you're going to get back out what you put back into it. And you're going to get the justice involved with that work. You're going to get justice for yourself and for all of this hard labor and work that you've done. Um, I see that you need to hear this, that if you've got some wonderful ideas, some creative things, some wonderful things going on in your head, big changes, big stuff in your head, explosive ideas almost, then you pull them through. You use your passions, you use your energy, your creativity, and other stuff. And you do the hard work, you do what it needs to take, and then you're going to get the emotional and financial happiness that goes along with that. So I think that that's really important for you guys to know. Go with this explosive energy. Do the hard work. Use the energy that you have to do the work that you need to do. Get out there and do the physical labor, like these cards. Do the emotional labor, like the Seven of Water here. I mean, look at all the wonderful things she has coming here emotionally to her. She's got fishes and seashells and all these wonderful things that she can look upon and see and almost dream about, but emotional stuff here with the water, emotional feelings, emotionally I think this is going to be a good time for you. You're going to feel good emotionally about what you've accomplished and what you've done here. Uh, and if you haven't started on things, which I don't necessarily see that, but if you haven't started on things, you should. And if you have started on stuff, keep plugging away, keep working at it, keep doing it, because it's that's what you need to know right now is you need to just keep working on it. You need to just keep getting those ideas out. You need to just keep doing them. Brainstorm. Get those flashes of insight. Get that energy. Get that stuff going. Write it down if you need to. Do the manual labor it takes to get those out. If you're a painter, if you're a sculptor, if you create things in any way, shape, or form, get out there and do that kind of creative work. Work with your hands, get it out there, manually produce it. Don't just think about it and dream about it emotionally. Okay? We've got a few charms here. I want to pull out a few and see if we have any other messages that might go along or not go along with this. We had a few here. J-O. And it's funny because sometimes I think of it might be initials or something, but I almost see joy. The Y is not here, but I almost see joy. That's just instantly what came to my head with those two numbers there. But it also might mean letters, initials, or a name or something else. And then we've got a feather here, and feathers are often messengers from our spirit guides or other people that are helping to denote messages to us. And this one, is a nice big long one, and I think that has to do with pulling in the thoughts and feelings that you have, pulling in those messages because the spirit guides are saying, hey, we're helping you come up with these thoughts, use them, do something with them. And then we have the Six of Spades, which is another sword card that would deal with your ideas and your intellect and your mind and air, air energy. Um, and being a six, I think it just kind of goes along with these cards right here. Once again, use what's coming up in your head. Use the thoughts and ideas that you have. Use the things that are coming up your intellect. Use that. Use that for what you need to do because, I just feel very much so that these ideas and these things coming up in your head, these flashes of insight, these other things, or what you need to work on right now and what you need to put your energies towards. Okay, I think that's probably all we have for Pile 4 today. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of any future videos that we might do. And that way you can find out because we do other things besides the tarot readings. And if you'd like to donate to the channel for any reason, we'll have a PayPal link in the description and we'll see you next time.